Welcome to the live. So today I'm going to talk about the um, countries that are part of Pedro Sanchez and the Mexican president Sheinbaum. So they have, of course, in defense of the democracy, which is more like communism to them. So I'm not in so much into politics, but it's obviously something that's going on in the globe, and we need to be informed about it. So, do you guys remember the President Trump talking in regarding the Americas? This I'm gonna put some clip about it so you guys can check that out. Okay, right. There's not even military like ours in the planet. So for those I want to share, for those who don't know about it, so this summit took place on March 7, 2026, in around a month and a half ago. So the purpose of this summit um, was to have a large organization against the criminal organization, obviously, like cartels, cartel coalition with several Latin American Caribbean leaders. So mainly cartels and drug related. So obviously it had to be a lot of diplomacy, and that took place at the Trump National Doral Golf Club in Doral, Florida. So obviously it says Doral 2026, as you can see right here. So just by looking at this, at the font and the way it's presented, it's super high professional. In my opinion, maybe I don't know about y'all guys, but in my opinion, it's very professional. It looks very cool. It's a very nice shield or fonts to put it on. Let's keep watching. Right. For those who don't know, Midnight Hammer was an operation that took place in Venezuela, and that happened on January, I think, if I remember, on January 3rd, 2026. So the President Trump and intelligence, along with the Department of War, and obviously Marco Rubio, all these high people were investigating seriously the dictator, a communist. Uh, what's this guy? Got the name of this guy, Venezuela. However, they took that guy from Venezuela who was not even a president, never win an election, and the person who provided all this intelligence to the Trump administration was Maria Corina Machado. So, who's a former deputy of the National Assembly of Venezuela, provide a lot of information, and also a good friend on Trump that provide all the information to the Department of War, to the Department, well, back in the day it used to be called Department of Defense. This now is the Department of War, as it used to be back in 1940s during the World War II. And this lady, Maria Corina Machado, provide all the information intelligence to the President Trump. So that's how everything came up to get Maduro. That's the guy. If it wasn't for her, intelligence will be like very low in order to capture this individual. So let's keep watching here. Hmm. And by this time, the president had something going on with Iran. So it was like a friction between nations, right? For the middle world. Okay, so I'm gonna skip it here forward. The middle four, five. Right? And they taking over many states, many countries in Latin America. Very nice. Look at these guys. Che, boludo, no me rompa las pelotas. Argentinian, like they're descended from Italians. Right. Paraguay. Hmm. Very nice. So they can get a lot of free treaty, all free products through that channel. So it's a good advantage for the United States. That's crazy. Cam. Wow. Kamala Harris will be watching this crying. Like, remember in the election that when she went through her campaign, she was, I do my colors green. Like, nobody cares. The economy is falling. Nobody cares about your stupid greens. Oh, excuse me, the word. Nobody cares about that. Let's get the economy back on feet. No Cam, Kamala. All right, let's fast forward here. I will say 24. So this part is regarding to the Mexican president, Mexican, obviously the princess of the castle with the sandals on. So this lady, it's so evil in a way that they take the country still in poverty, doesn't want to do nothing for the country. And I'm gonna tell you here, guys, I'm a Mexican American Hispanic. Obviously, you can hear my accent. Raised in Mexico, came back to the States, being stronger and better. So I'm glad for that country because it provide me a lot. Mexico is my country as much as America it is. I'm just gonna tell you guys here, it's not a great economy so far. But if you see the Mexican country, the beautiful Caribbean shore is full with economy and high rocketing prices, and that comes from the left part, the left, from the left side. You go there, you pay 5 times a water bottle in Tulum, which is not worth it. Only the millionaires will be able to buy that country. The people working hard and they don't get any benefits whatsoever, even having a great jobs and ripping the small people in the country. So, in order to take action and fix the country, you need to start eradicating the whole people who are doing bad. That's why the main reason of this Shield of Americas getting and eradicating the cartels from the countries from Latin America that goes to United States and make a heck of trouble and a mess. So we don't want that. We don't want that in the country. And if no far in the near future, if the Mexican country who is leftist, along many people in the leader taking care of the countries in the South America, like Brazil and like Spain, they will end up like Cuba or Venezuela, or maybe even worse. Well, it's something that is inevitable to accept. It's just by far the right to think like that way. But anyhow, let's continue with this. President Trump called the President Sheinbaum, and she says something which it doesn't really make sense. You can tell, leave my cartels alone. So she gets something from that. It's being accountable. Obviously, many people don't want United States and Mexico because they think it's gonna take invasion. No, it's not how it is. You see, Venezuela. Venezuela is still their own country. Mexico is a trampoline for those who don't know. No, 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 please. No, no, no. They are. Indeed, they are. Guys, I'm going to share something briefly about this. I'm Mexican raised. Obviously, you can hear my strong accent. I've seen things on the streets while going to school having my education in Mexico. Many people think that that is okay. Well, it's not okay though. Yes, they Mexico they have different types of mentality and they see many things. You see many things like people driving without driver's license, towing without any precautious measurements, anything like that. It's more open, more to it's okay, but it's not. I've seen many things going with cartels and the I will say high schools or colleges trying to get these young kids on board, and it's not worth it though. It's not worth it. Back in 2010, 2011, there was a lot of things going on. 2008, 2009. There was people pretty much eradicated from this existence with no head piled up on a wall with a message. I think back in the day, well, still, I think it was the Zetas, which is the Z cartel, one of the strongest one back then. Not sure now. I'm not into so much about it, but this is the whole chill of Americans. A reason for just trying to avoid so many drugs, excuse me, coming through United States from some South American, Central American, and North American like Mexico through the United States. So the United States country this is a great nation. This is a great country. Very grateful for that. Very proud of it. There's nothing that I can be more grateful for it. They have provided so much. If you put hard work, you've been accountable, you've been a good man of God, and you dedicate to God, you will be good. It is hard, but that's the reason for it. Anyhow, especially in the region of the Caribbean, see what I where I was raised. I had the opportunity to have a childhood there. Thank God for my father and my mother. Mexican American people. So very, very, very proud of it to be part of the both nations. Cancun, Cancun, the Riviera Maya is one of the beautiful uh, states of Mexico they can have. There's many places. Obviously, every country have their own attributions and attractions to the public and the people in the world. But these cartels are going where the attractions are, and not just that, they operate very well. So I've seen it. I've seen it. There's one small town called Playa del Carmen where is a lot of parties going on there, but trying to offer some party, but you don't want that. You want to stay away from it. So anyhow, let's continue with this. This is what the reason Chill America is for. That's right. Just gonna make a pause here. Imagine if Venezuela becomes a country like El Salvador with the President Bukele. And one night, he wiped out the entire country almost, taking away all these gang bangers from the MS-13 cartels and gangbangers from many other criminal organizations. One night took him. Right now, he's the most respected people and the most respected person of that country by the President of the United States and the United States administration. So now the United States and El Salvador are working together, and it's happening with Venezuela. The only good thing about Venezuela is the oil. The oil. The oil is the best thing that can just keep them afloat and board. If you don't believe me, look at the flag here. Oh, this is Colombia, though, I think. Barack Hussein Obama. Right. Yeah. Under Biden administration, open boards. Everybody come here. United States. We'll give you houses. We'll give you social securities. We'll give you full benefits. For what though? For what? Open border policy. And the open. I'm gonna be clear here with open border policy was made by the out of pen. Out of pen, the sign and everything. Like several executive administration executive orders, excuse me, putting through the auto pen every day, like one of those, and that's crazy. It is insane. Anyhow, we're gonna take this the summit of the Shield of Americas, which is a great looking, great font here. So now we're gonna take a look about the President Sheinbaum, which is not really happy for. It is something quite that they've been seeing, noticing the president is doing great along these countries, and they try to do this, especially Pedro Sanchez, the president of Spain. They want to be the far leftist, no left behind, and defend the democracy known for them by them as a communism. So there are several countries that are part of this in defense of the democracy. The initiative took in 2026, apparently, and that's part of Spain, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Uruguay, and many countries like overseas, including representatives of South Africa, Mexico, obviously, the Prince of the Castle with sandals, Germany, the UK, Ireland, Lithuania, and Albania. So those are the countries I just named. They're part of this. These people are in a way upset for what the Shield of America is. Just the name of it, the Shield of America, the Shield of Americas, which is awesome. It looks great. I think, in my opinion, it is a great organization to protect the America against the cartels. And the people who don't like it, they need to go to something to help them mentally or in order to wake up. What is the reason for that? I made a small post on social media about it. Some people think, oh, now you're working with the cartel. So come on, man, you're a little bit off on your mind. So there's many things that what this Shield of America is made for. Anyhow, just going on this with the president, the princess of the castle wearing the sandals along the president of Spain invited Maria Corina Machado. So, as I said before, Maria Corina Machado is the person who gave away to the president of the United States the Nobel Medal to Trump, dedicated that for him, given to him. Obviously, she was the lady who provided information, intelligence to get Nicolas Maduro arrested. So it was like it had to be that way. It had to be that way. And if it wasn't anytime sooner, probably they will develop like some kind of type of arsenal, or I don't want to say it here because I don't want to get the video down. Some kind of, I will say pew 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 pew. Okay, so she dedicated the Nobel Medal to President Trump. She provided information to the Trump administration and the Department of War. And now she's along with Delcy Rodriguez putting things together. So now the country is back on their feet. And did they invade the country? No. This is what the Mexican president is afraid of. Oh, we want help from the president? No. Many people demanded to have Venezuela free. And the same happening for Cuba. The same happening for Iran. Many people are happy these things are happening. So now, the leftist far people who are Democrats, they're demons. They're evil, they're far evil and the bad, they're vile. The one you and your children turn liberal with LGBTQ, ZYC, ABC, all these crazy thoughts. This is terrible. It is nothing great. It is nothing good for your children. It is nothing good that these people, Democrats, come with these stupid thoughts. So they're communists doing left and right as much as they want and do you wrong. So let's ask Roke, and I'm gonna share here with you guys. So I'm gonna share my screen one more time. Let's ask this buddy over here. Okay. Okay. What's the main purpose of the president of Spain? Oh, okay. Well, he can't read it. Okay, so the main purpose of the in defense of democracy and or en defensa de la democracia summit, where the Mexican president Claudia Sheinbaum, the princess of the castle with sandals, participated alongside Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez. Oh, he's Prime Minister. So it's not even important. I don't even know if he's the president or not. That's why it's not important. I don't care about it. I'm just sharing with you what's going on and what people trying to put as the defense of the Americas. These people are mad about it. Key details on the event. The fourth edition of the summit took place in Barcelona on April 18th, 2026. It brought together leaders such as Brazil, Luis Ignacio Lula da Silva, Colombia's Gustavo Petro, South Africa's Cyril Ramaphosa. Others from Europe, Latin America, and beyond, including the US Democrats in related events. US Democrats. So, core objectives defend rules and base international order and multilateral God dang, multilateralism, criticizing, preventing, undermining our international law, protecting the liberals, mobilize against far right, liberal movements globally, including criticisms and policies associated with the figures like US President Donald Trump. Of course, Donald Trump is doing the things right. When you do the things right, people will yell at the sky. Why? Because you're doing the things right. They don't like to be told. This is the same example. Like, for example, if you have a place in charge and you want that place running good, put in the rules, have the work ethic, being good every day, making it run flawless, and try the best of not having issues. When someone is wrong over there, they will start trying to climb over you. But once they climb over you, you're done. Because once they're over you, it's really hard to take them down. And that's what they're trying to do. They're going to put you down, they're going to drag you down, and it's the same thing that's going to happen to Trump. They will try to do everything to impeach him in order to get him out. But it's not going to happen, though. Anyhow, moving on, we have promote progressive values such as social justice, equal peace, non-intervention human rights, and alternatives to militarism. Excuse me. Alternative to militarism. That sounds cartel-like. But anyhow, Pedro Sanchez invited her to this lady, Maria Corina Machado. Obviously, she denied. She said no. Probably she didn't even think about him. But this is what this guy said. We offer Maria Corina Machado to have a meeting with me, with the president of the government of Spain. We haven't had the occasion to obviously have that opportunity to reunite with her. Obviously, he came out with a criticize because why didn't she show up and help with the defense of democracy? So, which is ridiculous. So here's another video. Look at the Mexican president, the lady, the princess of the castle with sandals. These smiles are so fake. And I want to tell one thing. You remember this one here? Let me place it here for you guys. The Shield of Americas. It looks fantastic right here. It's nothing compared with a simple LGBTQ colors. It's nothing to compare. But they're trying to do something because these people are mad. These people are mad and they're trying to do wrong. They try to keep the same systematic corruption. They try to corrupt the system every day and they try to do wrong to the people on their countries. This guy is the defense of Spain somehow. Probably don't know where he's coming from, not even his town. And this lady is just another fart in the air, just to say it respectfully. But these two are, in Spanish, that we call the rats in two legs. I don't know. Call me crazy, but that's true. That's true. Many people know it. There's many Hispanics in the United States that they know it. You cannot deny what is right and what is true. So this one, let me show you the colors here. So let's say blue, baby blue, dark blue, turquoise green, orange, yellow, like orange, slightly pink, purple, red. This is what I found, guys. LGBTQ. Look at that. Do you make the comparison? I mean, call me crazy, but this is completely true. This is completely true. And I'll use that. Look at the bunch of flags here with those colors. Nothing wrong with the community. I mean, I'm neutral. It doesn't change my life. But honestly, guys, this is serious. I mean, you want to put a bunch of clowns on the power, still ripping the people with these LGBTQ, XYZ, keep ripping off the poor and keep corrupting the system. So, and this is my opinion. It's a freedom of speech. It's the First Amendment, guys. I'm just telling you for what is true. And this is a gay flag, the LGBTQ flag, rainbow flag. They put in the bubbles because they live in a bubble. So you got here more clear, more clear. Hopefully, a big change comes anytime sooner. And I'm predicting, guys. I'm predicting the next president of the United States, if I'm not wrong, will be Marco Rubio. That's the next president in power. Let me shut this because this is even like disgusts me. So the next president in power will be Marco Rubio, and there will be no other president. If we have another president in than him, maybe, but I highly doubt it. Will be a 80 bands, but I'm not really sure. The future is unpredictable. You can't get who's doing the job and who's not. But I'm gonna live this life here, guys. So thank you for sticking around with me. For the people who are streaming and we have on Twitch, guys, thank you very much for all that. And leave it on your opinion. Are you left or you're right? It doesn't change anything in my life. So I think what we need to have for this country, the beautiful country of the United States, and many beautiful countries in the Americas, South America, Central of Americas, we need to put everyone together, everyone being accountable for the best of their country, their nations, and the mutual interest to make everyone come afloat and on board for the better. So many people don't see it like that way, but I think we have so much potential in the United States that we can still work on. And so far, the President Trump administration, along the cabinet, and Marco Rubio, JD Vance, Vice President, the Secretary of the Department of War, been doing phenomenal job so far. And remember, there's a couple two ladies already been fired from Director of ICE and the Secretary of Attorney, but that's another topic. I leave for another live stream. All right, guys. So, well, stay blessed, be strong, exercise, eat well, stay educated every day, and God bless you. God bless America. God bless the United States. God bless the Americas. Peace.